There's such power in walking away from something that just doesn't serve us and walking towards a life that energizes us and doesn't drain us on a day to day basis. Some people even call this reinventing yourself, deciding what you want your life to look like and begin the healing. Hi, I'm Bonita and I am early retired. I'm not old enough yet for Social Security. I'm living on a low income and I am living off of savings. I live in Kansas on a farm and I have a donkey. This is Brownie. I have frugal videos all year round and I hope that you will join me this year as we share ways to save money and live our dreams. I brought a couple of my plants with me, my garlic, which I have stuck back in the car because it's rained so much, I think it has drowned it, and my Swiss chard. Now, my son has a bunch of squirrels around here. That's something we do not deal with or have in the country with cats around. And apparently the squirrel decided he was going to jerk this out this morning, but he just left it laying here. So I guess he's like my husband. I guess he doesn't think Swiss chard is fit to eat. The squirrels also just desecrated all of the wildflowers that they had planted around this tree. My son even planted all of these little shadow boxes with onions because they're supposed to keep the squirrels away, but they didn't work. Just walking around and looking at how the plants are doing and enjoying the flowers. There's just a power to making choices in my day to day life about my schedule, about my purchases, about what I'm going to do that day without any limitations on my time, without having to ask to be off of work around my coworker's schedule, without having to direct all of my personal choices towards financial decisions. There's just a time for new experiences, for passions, for activities, for slow travel. And these times are ours. When we retire, when we have worked our whole life and focused on everything that needed to get done, sometimes it's hard for us to slow down and just look around us and take it all in and say, this world is ours now, and how do we want to spend it? Walking away from the things that just felt like they weighted us down. For me, it was my job. The last day, I just wanted to jump for joy and scream, yay, in the parking lot. It was the best feeling, never having to get up early again, set an alarm, go to work, wait for 5 o'clock. Slow mornings are now my favorite thing. And then walking away from debt. Nothing feels better than that last payment on anything: your house, your business, your car, your credit card. You can sleep better at night without worrying about what tomorrow holds. There's just a freedom that is underestimated when you realize how much stress you were feeling from debt and you didn't even know it. And then walking away from commitments that get you suckered in, whether it is committees that you're on or all kinds of obligations that you have to meet. There was so many responsibilities when my kids were in school, making food for events, working concession stands. My calendar was always so full. And empty nest is hard in so many ways, but I don't miss some of that. Summers were always my favorite with the kids due to no school calendar and the freedom for us to just do what we wanted to do. So sometimes walking away from things is good, but also it's good to walk toward some of those things that we wanted so much, like improving our relationships, improving the way we spend our time, our focus, living life on our own terms and not taking things for granted, living a meaningful, joyous, enriching, exciting life, and redefining yourself with what you want to do. improving your health and walking away from those bad habits, that daily drive through that's become a part of your schedule rather than something that you really think about, those daily carbs just to get through the workday, or no time or energy to get outside and enjoy nature, exercise, decompress. That habit of go, 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 we just can't think or plan or process well when we're under this fast paced life. So, slowing down and enjoying every single moment, living in the present, and really being focused on what's happening right now. Like sitting at my grandchild's ball game and actually watching the game instead of thinking of all of the things I need to be doing and I'm sitting here. Those things are what makes this early retirement so worthwhile. I feel like I am so much more in the moment of enjoying every single family gathering, where before my mind was going 100 miles an hour. So now it is your turn. What do you need to walk away from? What would give you more freedom if you could just walk away or break away from some routine or schedule or bad habit that is pulling you down? And what do you need to walk toward? What do you need to embrace? Is there a relationship that you need to work on repairing? Is there time just for your own mental health that you need to take to be alone and to have some me time? Is there some place that you can look forward to going when you need to just sit down and relax and you need to clear your mind? What do you need in your life right now? I know for myself, I never got asked that question, and I never knew what I needed because I never had time to really think about it or explore it. But now that I have quit my job, I have time to really define myself in a way that I've never had time to do before. And I think that's where that reinventing yourself comes from, because it's finding out again what you enjoy, what you're made of, what is your grit, what do you love, what do you hate, how do you want to spend your life. For the first time in my life, it's like a seashell that just came open and the whole world is there at my fingertips, and I get to decide for the first time without time constraints what I want my life to look like. And every day is such a blessing. For the first time in my life, I feel like I'm not tied to what I do for a living. That's always the first thing that everyone asks is, what do you do for a living? And that's no longer a question that I worry about because I am early retired. My day to day life is enjoyment and fulfillment and satisfaction. And having that be my goal makes all of those years of what do you do for a living seem kind of silly, because I've worked my whole life to get to the point where I could say, I am early retired. I don't do anything except what I want to do. And that feels like all of those years were in a way just wasted because I missed out on the way that I feel right now. And I probably could have felt this way in my 20s, in my 30s, in my 40s. I probably could have felt fulfilled and satisfied and at peace. But I was caught up in that career ladder, that feeling of always needing to do more and be something that you could be proud of, when I realized that all you need to be proud of is just being yourself. And that is something that is so lost today. So, looking at yourself, what do you want in life? not a career, not a destination of climbing that ladder. What do you want in life to make you satisfied, fulfilled, and happy? Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have enjoyed this reflection on what can empower us from walking away and what can empower us in walking toward something that really energizes us. I hope that you will join me in future videos. Thanks for being here today, and I hope to see you soon.